Hey, Lori, how are you?
CJ, it's great to see you.
Good to see you. Do you have a minute for Mentor Monday?
I always have a minute.
Alrighty. Well, let's start with an easy one.
Okay.
As a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
So I argued with my dad a lot, and I assumed I was going to be a lawyer because of that. But then, and no disrespect to lawyers, I started meeting them, and none of them were happy. So I shifted gears, and then in college, when it was time to pick a major, I had an appointment with my advisor, and we had these books, because nothing was online at that time, and I was thumbing through, and I thought, I want to be in the business school. And I saw a lot of heavy math to get through that major, and I'm terrible at math. So then I kept thumbing through before I had my meeting with my advisor, and I was like, well, what's like the business school program, but no math? And I found public relations in the journalism school. I went through that program, and I coincidentally entered that career. It ended up being something I fell in love with, and I've been in the communications industry ever since.
How would you describe what it is that you do now?
I'm a storyteller. I inform, I persuade, I advocate, I promote, and I'm telling stories to a variety of audiences to get them to do something. And I'd say the most visible piece of what I do is working with the news media, and where most of my notoriety in the community comes from is that I have served in the spokesperson role for 14 years on behalf of station casinos, and the past 4 years on behalf of the LVCVA.
What are some of the most valuable lessons you've learned in business or in life?
I'd say that your reputation is everything. Come on, follow me outside.
Let's go.
Without your reputation and without keeping your word, you're really nothing. And when I look back on the last 3 jobs that I've had, I got those jobs from my reputation alone. So I'd say your word is everything and your work ethic is everything.
What are some key traits that a leader should have?
So I think sense of humor is first and foremost. I think work ethic matters, and be kind. That simple, treat people the way you want to be treated, it's really true.
What are you looking forward to in the future?
We have this incredible house on Lake Michigan in the Midwest, and it's pure joy to sit out on that balcony overlooking Lake Michigan and watching sunrises and sunsets. And as I look to my future, I see more of that.
It's a beautiful balcony here, too.
Stunning views of Las Vegas over here.
How do you stay motivated when faced with a challenge?
So it's easy to get stuck. It happens to all of us. And my best advice is take one step at a time. Instead of looking at that big challenge or that big opportunity, sometimes just do a little something because you get unstuck. And that little something, you then build on it and do a little bit more, and you chisel away at it, and it's less intimidating.
What's the most important question to ask a mentor?
I would say not what made you successful, what did you fail at? What mistake did you make, and how did you learn from that?
What's a mistake that you've made?
I've made plenty, but I'd say in my career is I was so anxious to get that first job out of college, I picked the wrong job. And in my first morning, I knew I made a mistake, and I was living at home with my parents because I wasn't making any money. And I went home during lunchtime and I cried to my mom and said I didn't want to be there. And she pushed me back out the door and said, you got to go figure it out.
Wow. Alrighty, Lori. Thank you for sharing some of your time and wisdom with us today.
Thanks for the invite, CJ. See ya.
Thank you so much. All right. Bye-bye.